main topic of the morning, of course, and that was the passing of Kevin Keegan yesterday. And Gabs, like everybody else, I was out.
Kevin Keegan's passing has left football fans around the world heartbroken. But while millions remember him for his unforgettable goals, passionate management, and iconic moments on the pitch, those who knew him personally are remembering something even greater: his kindness. In an emotional tribute, veteran broadcaster Stelling shared touching stories that revealed the man behind the football legend. His words have given fans a beautiful glimpse into Kevin Keegan's final legacy. Kevin Keegan passed away at the age of 75 after battling stage 4 cancer. Although many people knew he had been fighting the illness, the news of his death still came as a huge shock throughout the football world. Fans, former teammates, managers, and players united to honor one of England's greatest football icons. Speaking shortly after the heartbreaking news, Stelling admitted he was completely stunned. He recalled that he was out walking when he heard Kevin had passed away. Even though they were not close friends, Jeff said he was so shocked that he had to sit down. Like millions of football supporters, Kevin Keegan had been part of his life for decades, and losing him felt deeply personal. Jeff described Kevin as a true national treasure. He said many younger fans remember Kevin for his famous "I would love it if we beat them" interview, but those who watched him during his playing career knew they had witnessed one of football's greatest talents. Jeff reminded listeners that Kevin won 2 Ballon d'Or awards, an achievement only a handful of footballers have ever accomplished. According to Jeff, Kevin never believed he was naturally the most gifted player. Instead, he succeeded because of his determination, passion, and incredible desire to give everything every single time he stepped onto the pitch. That same attitude followed him into management. His Newcastle United teams became famous for attacking football because they reflected Kevin's own personality. He wanted players to entertain supporters, play with courage, and never stop fighting. But Jeff believed Kevin's greatest quality wasn't found on the football field, it was the way he treated people. He shared a story that perfectly summed up Kevin's character. After football events or theater appearances, many celebrities would leave as soon as possible. Kevin was completely different. Jeff explained that if there were hundreds of supporters waiting for photographs or autographs, Kevin would stay for as long as it took. Whether it was late at night or after a long day, he refused to leave until every single fan had received their moment with him. Jeff said Kevin believed those supporters had come to see him and deserved his full attention. That kindness, he said, reflected the way Kevin approached football, always giving everything he had. As tributes poured in across social media, Jeff noticed something remarkable. Former teammates, players he had managed, and people who had simply met him all shared the same message. Not one person had a bad word to say about Kevin Keegan. Former Newcastle defender Barton echoed those feelings during the broadcast. Fighting back emotion, Barton described Kevin as a gentleman both on and off the pitch. He said Kevin made every player feel special because he understood that each individual needed a different approach. Whether it was Alan Shearer, David Ginola, Les Ferdinand, Peter Beardsley, or a young player just arriving at the club, Kevin knew exactly how to build confidence. Barton revealed that Kevin constantly reminded his players that supporters worked hard all week to buy tickets, and the team's responsibility was to reward them with exciting football every weekend. That philosophy transformed Newcastle United into one of the most entertaining teams English football had ever seen. Warren also shared several personal memories that showed Kevin's generosity. When Barton first signed for Newcastle, Kevin personally traveled to meet him and convince him to join the club. For his debut match, Kevin arranged hotels for Barton's family, ensured they were collected from the train station, and made sure every detail had been taken care of. According to Barton, Kevin treated every new signing exactly the same way. He wasn't simply building a football team, he was building a family. Another memory brought smiles despite the sadness. Barton laughed while remembering Kevin proudly showing off new suits he had bought in London. Teammates would jokingly tease him about his fashion choices, and Kevin simply laughed along with everyone else. Even during long coach journeys, Kevin walked through the bus making sure every player had their food, ketchup, salt, vinegar, and everything else they needed. They were small gestures, but they showed exactly what kind of man he was. Stelling summed it up perfectly. He said Kevin Keegan always gave his best shot in football, in management, and in life. That was the reason supporters loved him, not just because he won trophies, not just because he inspired generations, but because he never forgot the people who supported him. As football continues to mourn one of its greatest legends, Stelling's heartfelt tribute reminds us that Kevin Keegan's greatest legacy may not simply be the goals he scored or the teams he managed. It is the countless lives he touched through his humility, generosity, and kindness. Kevin Keegan may no longer be with us, but every story shared by those who knew him ensures that his legacy will never fade. For football fans everywhere, he will always be remembered not only as a legendary player and manager, but as a truly remarkable human being.